Okay guys, video here is looking at smoothing our data out. Okay, and remember, again, just back to our textbook and just referring to what it sort of said here is that irregular fluctuations or cyclic fluctuations are easily removed when we start to smooth our data out. We can see here in this example it's kind of up and down. Okay, we've got our regression line put on there, but it doesn't really show us as much as what smoothing out our time series data does also. So to do that, we've got to do some moving averages. All right, and you should be familiar, especially my class, that we've got some time series data here. Okay, and we can insert some charts here to represent that, and it looks a little something like that. So as time goes on, and I'll add some axis titles here so we can refer to it easily. Here is day, so day 1, 2, 3, 4 through to 16, and this one here is number of sales. Okay. As time progresses, we've got a value, for each day as time goes on, and that's going to be pretty much exactly what your PSMT data is going to look like, but this would be per month or per year, depending on what data you collect. So now moving on, we want to smooth it. We can see that's up and down to the buggery. All right, so we want to just make sure that that's smoothed out a bit. Now, to do that, our 3-point moving average smooths it, and then our 5-point smooths it again. As we increase the number of points that we smooth it, we actually decrease the number of points that we have to graph. All right, so for this first one, ignore 5-point, 3-point moving averages that we take the first 3. Okay, I'll just highlight those, and we find the average of them and we put it here in the center of that data. So our very first value is going to go here, which means that this cell is empty, and it's going to be the same situation down the bottom, because when we go and find the average of those bottom 3, our average actually sits just here. All right, so let's clear them for the time being. We're now going to have our formulas in Excel do all the work for us. So it doesn't matter how long your table is, you're only going to have to put in one formula for your 3-point moving average and drag it all down. So to find the average of those 3, we're going to enter our formula here, and Excel calls it average, we refer to it as mean in maths. We're going to highlight the 3 cells that we want to find the average of, close that bracket, and hit enter. Okay, so the average of those 3 values, and you can check it on your calculator if you like, is 62. Now all we've got to do is get the bottom right hand corner of that cell and drag that down. All right, now we've got the 3-point moving average for all that data. I'm just going to go and delete that graph, and I'm now going to include my 3-point moving average. We're going to go line graph. We're not going to go scatter plot anymore, because it's a time series data, and line graph is going to show that a little more clearly. And we can see that we've got an orange line that has nowhere near the fluctuation that the blue line has. Okay, 5-point moving average, so we'll add that to the graph as well, and we'll see how that changes. Because we're looking at our first 5 values, so these ones here, and I'll just hide this for the time being, your average is going to sit in the middle, which means these first 2 cells are going to have nothing, and same at the bottom are going to have no value in it either. I'll unhide those now, add it back to the graph. Same again, we want to find the average of those first 5, so equals average, spell it. We're going to highlight those first 5, open it, close our bracket rather, and hit enter. Okay, that's going to give us the 5-point moving average for those first 5 values. The next value is going to be for the next 5, same as the 3-point, just with more values. Same again, we can drag and drop that all down. Okay, and I'm just going to go to 2 decimal places like our 3-point moving average. I'm going to quickly delete that one. I'm now going to go and include our 3 and our 5-point moving average, and just to see what happens as we move on. Let's make this nice and big. And on your PSMT, guys, remember your graphs, the bigger they are, the easier they are to read. So we can see our blue line, all right, this one here, fluctuations everywhere. So when we delete that, we then come down to our 3-point and our 5-point. Orange line is our 3-point moving average. We can still see there's some quite distinct fluctuations there. As we get rid of that one, we can see our 5-point moving average, the fluctuations have been smoothed out to a point where we've got quite a big fluctuation here and here, but nothing to when we compare it to our original data. Okay, and even so when we look at our 3-point moving average as well. So that's 3.5-point moving average using Excel. Okay, again, doesn't matter how big your table is, you put your formula once and drag it down, put your formula once for your 5-point, drag it down, and just graph as per normal. Don't forget, guys, to add your axis titles, okay, for your X and Y average as well. You've got your scales down here, your legend, if you like, that refers to the coloured line. So should be pretty straightforward once you've got all that data calculated there.